Welcome back, everybody. Let's play Kaze no Klonoa Moonlight Museum. In the last episode, we just progressed a little bit through World 3, that being Laughing Prison, the comic book of horror. The, well, horror-themed comic book that we have been trapped in. And now it is time that we finish it. And it turns out that, lucky me, we actually don't have a vertical level to put up with. And interestingly enough, the background's actually animated here. I like that they actually had animated backgrounds in this. I don't think you saw animated backgrounds too often in games around this time, back when we saw it, Portal systems in black and white and whatnot. Oh yes, this place is all... Actually, I'm just kind of surprised this isn't a vertical level, considering how vertical this one area is. I can't complain. I don't know why I keep yawning tonight. Anyways... No! Like these sorts of games usually are, if you can't go certain places, just keep looking until you find a place where you can go. And all shall be revealed from there. In this case, I suppose that means that we should take this push block and push it down to the ground, so we can access that little ledge that we can't reach otherwise. Or I can just go right there. Not sure if we can actually do anything on this ledge just yet either. Yeah, I need to keep that actually. In that case, let's go for that door we just found. You know, this level tripped me up for a very long time the last time I played through it. Not the last time, the first time I played through it. Reason being, I didn't realize initially you can go up here in this one room, and I realized that I needed to get to another certain room, but that certain room was like nowhere near this room, so I didn't realize that this was the path I needed to take to accomplish my hopes. So I just spent forever looking around, trying to figure out where I could go, because I wasn't, and it was on the right side of the level too, as opposed to the left side like this room is. So I had no reason to expect that would be over here, but here we are. That was actually the last room I checked too, to find out how to get to where I wanted to be. Anyways, so this is something of an annoying puzzle with the push blocks. The push blocks are kind of annoying in a couple of places, but for the most part they're pretty alright, I think. Okay, so this is kind of weird. What makes this... The key to this one puzzle is, if you push this push block down here, this covers the hole entirely. You know, the hole's big enough for 2 push blocks. That's what might end up making you spend a little bit of time on that puzzle, normally, because you might not realize that you can do that. So if you always push the block on the ground into the pit before the block up on the ledge, you'll, have a rather difficult time, chances are. No, leave me alone. I don't know what those things are called either, with the firearms of sorts. And I still don't have a key, do I? Where do I go from here then? For some reason I want to say that you can go down here to the right if you don't have a key, but no, you can't. Oh, because I still didn't take the first path on in this room. I took the long convoluted path that took me forever to find. So push that in there. That was the grandest of ideas, wasn't it? So as you could probably imagine, no, we don't want that push block to be in that hole. Rather, what we want to have happen is we put this in that hole. Alright. And we move the push block. The reason we can't just use the move block to accomplish our goals is because, as you will shortly see, if you throw a move block over here, it gets caught under this little trap right down here. It can't be taken out. Whereas a push block, you can push as far or short a distance as you want. Moves. For some reason, it feels like there's been like a desperate move shortage in this game for the time being. So you want to get up to that move block up there. Okay, so if you restart the room then, what we can do, I think, is take this move and go from there. Yeah. All the puzzles in this game are quite simple. That's kind of a general trend of sorts. The puzzles themselves are pretty simple, even if they might take a good while to figure out, which I kind of like, as long as it's not stupid things like, I don't know, one really peculiarly obscure placed path. Peculiarly placed obscure path that you need to go through to complete the level or something like that, which is exactly what I ran into in this level. But that aside, I haven't really had any actual issues with that sort of thing. And here I am yawning again, wow. Okay, so now we have the red key, well, I guess you don't really get to see it as red in this game. Now that we have the circle key, which is traditionally red in the other 2D games that happen to be in color, you can access wonderful new areas. Well, screw you too. This part that I'm doing right now is actually completely optional. It's just for the dream stones and a heart to need, I guess. Or 2 hearts even. So full heal and a couple of dream stones. Dream stones are not really explained in a canonical sense, I don't think, in the Klonoa series. They're just kind of things that are there. And why am I 1 short? Well, now I have all of them. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I already done with what's up here. Yeah, that room above me is actually the one that I reached by taking that path I said took me forever to find in the first room that I entered from this big place I'm in right now. I don't know why, I'm just feeling kind of tired right now. And because of that, I am not able to keep a very solid train of thought. I tend to just like forget what I'm talking about in the middle of a sentence. I'll manage to continue the sentence going, but then things just either come to an awkward end, or I end up ending off what I'm talking about, wondering whether or not I actually accomplished what I was supposed to. But anyways. What do we need to get where? So I think what you can do here is put that down there. And if you get pits, literally pixel perfect almost, you can oops. There we go. Push that through here. You need to put that move block though very far to the left. Pretty much as far as you can. Darn it. Oh no, I still have this thing. It is still available. See, normally I just chalk that up to not really paying attention to things that are happening, but in this case, it seems actually kind of relevant to me having some difficulty knowing what I'm doing. Crap! Didn't realize that I shouldn't be having pushing that through. I realized that I had to put the move block in the hole, but I didn't realize that, whoops, I was icing that up the way I was. Anyways, like I said before, very exact. Not entirely exact, doesn't need pixel perfect, but you only have like 3 pixels of leeway. It's not difficult to do at least, but it seems kind of like a thing you're not supposed to do when you have to be that accurate. And I got all 3 dreamstones really early. Although I guess that's just kind of a side effect of the shape of this level. Well, to some degree. I don't know why the triangle rooms, for example, won't have dreamstones in them. Now I can push this through. And be done. Well, done getting this one moon fragment, that is. So we have yet another key. We can access yet more areas, and from there collect the last of the dream stones and moon fragments. Ugh. In their Klonoa games, they're called moon medals for some reason or another. I don't really know why. I guess it's just kind of keep using moon fragments in their 2D Klonoa games for some reason, while not calling them the same thing they did in this game. Not know why they had to include moon in the name, but oh well. Okay, so this one I can never remember the solution to, but I always find it easy once I actually figure out what to do with it. So, once again, the issue is we need to fill some holes. So that is not what I'm looking for. So basically just need to get everything out in the right order and place. First, once you go up here, you can't get back down. I believe it had something to do with placing multiple those on one thing. That's almost what I needed. Except I still can't go around there now. But what always makes this take so long for me, I think, is that I look at it in such a way that it takes. I don't think that would take much time at all, just because of how it's structured. That ends up not being how it works. It's kind of annoying. Ends up taking longer than I intended. Anyways, so see, like that, it's a really simple solution. It just for some reason takes me so long to engineer every time. And lastly, this switch is pressed, and we have the final fragment. This all actually took forever. This all took over 10 minutes. I guess it's the last vision of a world, but still. Anyways, that having been done, which way do we go to get back? Is it this way? Yes. Okay. Time to look at a cutscene, I guess. 2, in fact. Oh, and we can look at this. Yay! It's a very peculiar image. But I like it a lot. I'm kind of curious what their little sign says, though. We finally got out.
Comics should only be read.
No. Let's go to the next gallery. Short and sweet. Is it not? Alright, new world. So this place, it's kind of aesthetically pleasing at least. It's this, well, I find that the last 3 worlds as a whole are all very aesthetically pleasing actually. I find that this game becomes more and more aesthetically pleasing as time goes on, with the exception of the first 2 worlds, I guess. I find that the second world is the least aesthetically pleasant. But anyways, I'll get into that. World 4, Palace of Clouds. It's a photograph.
It's a beautiful photograph.
And here we are introduced to Kaze, whose name looks very similar to that of Hupo's, sadly. The line's running out. But, so if you can't have difficulty hearing RKO voice acting her, I apologize. For some reason, he spoke really quietly when voicing her.
Shall I take your photograph?
Okay, so I'm going to have to like repeat every line that he says because I'm not sure if you guys are going to hear it or not. Anyways, so she says, "Shall I take your photograph?" Are you an artist too, lady?
Yes, look at the camera. There's an endless palace of clouds across the lens.
Yes, look at the camera. There's an endless palace of clouds across the lens. Across the lens?
I will photograph you. I will photograph your heart and dreams.
Oh wait, no, I read things in the wrong order. Blah. I guess I misread, like, which lines were whose. Anyways. Across the lens. Well, it just said, I will photograph you for your heart and dreams. I say. Man, Kaho's name looks so similar to Hupo's. I can't pick the two out right now. Across the lens. Then it says, I will photograph you, I forgot your heart and dreams. Huh? Hey, wait!
The flash is a bit dazzling. Take care not to become too scattered.
And to that Hippo says,
Scattered?
oh god, and then Archeo speaks loudly.
Scattered?
Okay then. Thank you, Archeo. Well,
Say cheese.
say cheese, says Kaho. God damn it, Archeo, speak louder! Anyways. Here we are, the first kind of pretty and very nice music, actually. Kind of pretty installation of Palace of Clouds. It is very pretty, actually. I like the music a lot here. I think it just looks so smooth here. Anyways, yes, we're gonna see lots of boomies from now on. Not sure if this is our first introduction to boomies or not, actually. I don't quite recall if we've seen boomies yet. Well, actually, no, we haven't, since that's... we're getting signs telling us about these things. That was a very fast-moving move. He's like running away from them. About to explode. It's very fast. Whoa! Mo, what have you done? What's that move? I don't remember any moves running that quickly. Anyways. So boomies just function as boomies. They just explode. Mo, what are you doing? There's something I don't think I've ever pointed out, but has always kind of weirded me out about the Wonder Swan, is unlike most things that run at 30 or 60 frames per second, the Wonder Swan, and sorry if I might have to like change the volume of the video below my commentary for playing this level because the music here is abnormally loud. But anyways, something that I always found odd about the Wonder Swan is that instead of running at a frame rate that's a multiple of 30, it actually runs at a frame rate of 75 frames per second. I don't know why you would do something like that. I'm kind of amused seeing a system older than what we have today running at a higher frame rate than any other things we see nowadays. And of course, boomies do come in the flying varieties. There's really nothing special about those, though. They just move around in the air instead of the ground. Something I do like about the boomies in this game is that their timer actually counts down a lot more slowly in this game than it does in the other 2D games. Whereas in Moonlight Museum and Empire Dreams, their timer takes down pretty darn quickly. I found that very refreshing when I first came across the boomies in this game. I love this section of the music though. Boom! And then explosions. It's not very harmonious, but oh well. Oh, hey. Also, something I find kind of funny. I've been experimenting with like how this game's... Oh, come on! With how, I didn't kind of mess around with like ripping sprites and sounds from this game as of late, and something that I ended up discovering that kind of amused me was that just because this game, the Wonder Swan has so few channels for sound, certain things have to be handled on the same channel. kind of simultaneously, but, well, you can only be playing one tone at the same time. So certain things like, certain actions, for example, fluttering, using the flutter here, will actually cut out certain parts of the background music. Because the flutter and that part of the music can only be played one at a time. So flutter ends up overlapping the other. I don't know why that amuses me as much as it does, though. I refuse to stack these moo blocks. Haha. Yes! I'm resourceful. I'm no stranger to picking up a moo, flying a bunch of times, and then using it and jumping over and over with it after having played the mirror challenges in Klonoa for the Wii. But anyways, that ought to be it for this episode as well of Let's Play Kaze no Klonoa Moonlight Museum. Man, I actually didn't have to play through a single vertical level tonight. I am very happy about that, because that means I have one big clean recording. Anyway, so that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Kaze no Klonoa Moonlight Museum. I'll see you guys next time when we, well, do stuff. We make some more progress through this ever so pretty Palace of Clouds. See you guys. Then it's not the recording at all.